Hi, my name is Fabiola Piñero and I'm presenting my final evaluation for linguistics. How is sociolinguistics linked to the linguistic school of thought? First, sociolinguistics refers to how language use interacts with or is affected by social factors such as gender, ethnicity, age, or social class. Having said that, we can link this with the school of functionalism because it focuses on how language is used in everyday life. It looks at language as another tool for humans to use and tend to emphasize on the function of language and the different uses it has in our life. An example could be the style of speech you talk depending on the context you are with family or in work. To what extent is social linguistics useful to explain linguistics change through history? Well, since social linguistics is the study of how the people around you and your heritage can change the way of speaking, and it analyzes the relationship between society and language, it can be useful to analyze linguistic history. An example of sociolinguistics is a study of Spanish and English being spoken together as Spanglish and how it happened because of the influence of Hispanic speakers living in the USA. Can we use sociolinguistics to do a diachronic research? To start, a diachronic research is a study done over the course of time. And of course, we can apply sociolinguistics to do such research. Since through it, we can study the changes in language over time and analyze the general evolution of all languages or the evolution of a particular language or dialect. For example, the evolution and growth of German language with the changes it has because of history. How is sociolinguistics related to sociology, anthropology, and social psychology? Well, basically, sociolinguistics can be related to sociology in terms of the study of how societies and humans act in groups, and then the further connection between language and society. For example, a sociologist can study the behavior of a Native American tribe analyzing the way they communicate. Then we have anthropology, that is the study of humanity with the goal of understanding our evolutionary origins and can be linked by the fact of discovering the role of language in the social life of individuals and communities and how language shapes communication between them. Finally, since social psychology tries to understand cognition and behavior as they naturally occur in social contexts, it can be linked to sociolinguistics by the fact to understand how language are formed, changed, and used. An example could be that you are likely to behave in a different way when you are around close friends than when you are around your work partners. What properties of human language could be addressed by sociolinguistics? There are two properties, and they are productivity, which refers to human creating new expressions and utterance by manipulating their linguistic resources to describe new objects and situations in the social context they develop. For example, we have the white suffix that can be added to many adjectives to create new adverbs, such as nice becomes nicely, while able becomes ably. Then we have cultural transmission. It is the process whereby a language is passed from one generation to the next, and it is addressed to sociolinguistics by the fact that language is not inherited but acquired by the social and cultural context in which a person grows. For example, a child born in Dubai will have different traditions than a child born in Venezuela. To which of the two concepts of language is sociolinguistics more suitable? Well, I think that the concept more suitable is the one that describes language as to be dependent on the geographical place you live in and grow. because the language and its variations are affected by the cultural and social environment where a person grows. An example could be the study of the multiple dialects of German language, which are very different in each region. From the definitions of language discussed in class, which is the one that you consider to be the most linguistic, well, I consider to be the Block and Traeger definition because it states that language is a tool used by a social group to communicate and express between them. For example, human people could be a social group that communicate in a particular way among them. Well, first, sociolects are a variety of languages associated with a particular social group. For example, gangsters speak differently than professionals with jobs. Also, idiolect is the language of a single individual, meaning that it is a language which one person has made up for their own use only. Then we have diglossia, is when a speaker uses two languages or two varieties of the same language under different conditions in the same community. And bilingualism is the ability to use two languages. So far, when we can say that indeed these concepts are different aspects of the same phenomenon because bilingualism and idiolect have in common the fact that they are used by an individual, while sociolects and diglossia refer to a sense of community. Finally, they all focus on language variation, meaning that the speakers have more than one way of saying the same thing.